Just 6 teams left in the race for the SFL 22nd SFL Championship. And we have the quarterfinals rolling on the Sunday slate. We're in our nation's capital. It's the DC Dragons playing host to the Fort Worth Toros from Dracarys Coliseum. Welcome into the broadcast booth. It's Chris Curtis along with John Warren. And John, matchup between two teams with something to prove. DC has not been to a championship game since season 5. They won it, and Fort Worth has never been there. Both of them looking to take their next steps.
Yeah, for both teams, I think they've got a pretty good shot to at least make the semis and challenge the winner of the game later tonight. But, Fort Worth vanquished their division rival Artillery last week, and they looked great doing it. Now they challenge the white-hot Dragons. They've won 7 straight to end the season to secure that bye. Marcus Dunhill, I think he's got what it takes to get the upset, but Shabazz Synergy wants to book DC's ticket to the semis. I'm expecting a huge game today, and I'm excited to be here to call the action with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fun one. Pleasure to be with you as well, and pleasure to you and SFL Nation that are with us this afternoon as we get things going on the Sunday slate. Baltimore-Canton later tonight. Right now, we have Fort Worth and DC. Fort Worth's going to kick this ball off to start things out. DC's offense will be on the field first as we get things underway. Kick is in the air, and we are ready to go in our nation's capital. Out to the 10, the 15, to the 20, 25, spin at the 25, gets all the way to the 33-yard line. That is a good start on the return, and that's where DC's offense will get things going. That was not EJ Minson. That would have been Mason Kirby on the return for DC.
A nifty little move there by Mason Kirby, who, by my stats, did not really return a lot of kicks in the regular season and looked really good to give DC pretty good field position here to start the game.
He has been a return man in the past, so it doesn't surprise me to see him back there with when he was with Dallas when they were a thing, as well as Vegas when they were a thing. Yeah. First and 10 for the Dragons. Getting started on their first drive. Kevin Say is in the backfield. We'll see Sam Harrison as well, the other halfback. We'll go over the rest of the offense here in just a moment. 6 on the play clock on first down. Backing it up, throwing over the middle. That one's caught. First down and more, and spine buster right before the 45-yard line as Lauren Percoco sees her back hit the turf. First and 10.
Lauren Percoco, I've wanted to call her name the second the game started. 6'7", 260 pounds. She didn't waste any time making her presence known on that play.
Yeah, very good stuff from Lauren Percoco. DC's first action of the playoffs as they had that bye that you mentioned earlier. So they have a full bit of rest coming into this game. Bunch right for Synergy. Got Harrison in the backfield. That's a handoff. A couple of yards moving forward, and a nice tumble over the defense as that was actually Kevin Say. First handoff, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Tobias Gordon, kind of a backpack on that play for Kevin Say. Kevin Say just kept his legs turning, and that was a great block. I'm glad they honed in on that one to free Kevin Say a little bit inside to pick up a big gain on first down.
A little bit of 20-on-20 crime there, 20 on Tobias Gordon on Kevin Say. And this is Harrison in the backfield on 2nd down and 3. Synergy with the heavy set look. This will be a pitch play to the fullback and a first down gotten as well. That is awesome work by Chuck Steller, the fullback, able to get to the outside, give DC a first down.
Chuck Steller was really an amazing option for DC all season long. Had a massive average, 4.5 yards per carry, and you can see why they like to get him involved. Those 2 stiff arms really sprung him for a lot more than that 3 yards he needed.
DC working well. They rank first in average yards per attempt through the air, but they're just middle of the pack in completed passing yards per game, 14th. First and 10. I expect them to probably stick with this run as it seems to be working. They'll move Percoco left to right across the formation at the line of scrimmage. Handoff. That's Say through the middle. Gets 5 more. They'll call it 6, and that will get them towards the 35-yard line. They're just on the precipice of field goal range.
E.K. Vincent with the stop there, but not until Say picked up a nice 6 yards there. This is a nice first drive for DC. A lot of balance, a lot of forward movement.
Yeah, good methodical drive to start. There's another pitch play to Stellar, and they're going to say he got the first down. I beg to differ. I have a feeling the Fort Worth sideline will have something to say as well. We'll see.
Yeah, it might be early to make that challenge, but I think it'd be a challenge they would win. So let's see what they do here.
Yeah, be interested to see if they go that way. It
Maybe
doesn't
not.
look like it. They're going to keep their challenge. Okay. That's a step, and that's going to be through the middle for Say, and he's going to have himself 6 more yards to add to the pile. SFL quarterfinals brought to you by Retroid. Thanks to Retroid for being our presenting sponsor all season long, in the last 2 seasons actually. 2nd and 4 coming up here for DC. Left side, Stellar breaks 1 tackle, gets stuck at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him forward progress for 2 yards. Taken down finally by his adversary at that point. It was Ben Stone.
Yeah, they've been working the near side in the middle of the field to try to go far side, and just a little bit too much congestion for Chuck Stellar.
Up to the red zone, 3rd and 2. Got to get it to the 16 for a first. Synergy to throw. Backs up, pressure comes, throws, end zone, well overthrown, and had to hurry that ball out of there. He was looking for Lyric Da Vinci, couldn't find him, and DC will have to settle for a 3-point try.
You know, Shabazz Synergy, obviously a hugely talented quarterback. He did have a couple of checkdowns there that he could have gone to get that first down, but he does like the home run ball sometimes. Just overthrew him there, but they are in range for a field goal attempt, so we'll see if they knock it through.
Yep, that'll be Potty's look at his first attempt this playoff season. 36 yards left hash. Snap is well handled. Kick is up and on the way. It looks like it's down the middle, and it is, and that's going to be DC's first strike. 9 plays, 47 yards, a little better than 3 minutes taken off the clock. And that is it's at least a good start for the Dragons, but good work by Fort Worth to really batten down the hatches, not let them get any further.
Yeah, Fort Worth's defense played awfully well last week against the artillery. Sonny Sky had 11 tackles in that. EK Benson had 11 tackles in that game. And the middle of this defense just looked incredible. And they stood up to DC on that drive. So that was impressive.
And 1st and 10 as that one is caught and downed in the end zone for the Toros. Toros offense on the field looks like this. Marcus Dunhill, Charlie Baker, Jay-Z Bacon, your quarterback and halfback tandems. Aaron Alexander, the fullback. Wide receivers, they have a nice quartet. Cade Stevens, E.J. Minson, Stephen Hacker, and Lily Nakai. And tight ends Robert Garrett Jr. and James Jennings. We'll hit the line here in a second after first down is complete. Jay-Z Bacon is the one behind, and he will take the handoff on first down, fight his way forward for a couple of yards, and that'll get him for 2nd and 6. It's Amelia Panda, Gordo Enorme, and Frank Burks, the tackle and guards for the Toros on offense.
Yeah, and Marcus Dunhill did not play particularly well last week, but did not make any mistakes, which is really probably the big difference between winning and losing last week.
That'll be a handoff through the middle again. That is going to be the second halfback, Charlie Baker, who gets a chance with the football, and he will get taken down after a couple. That's a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 2, and this is a bigger third down than would appear to the naked eye. Got to try to keep some momentum for themselves.
Yeah, this is a crucial down for Fort Worth to try to convert and keep the drive going.
Got to get it to the 30. Backing up, that's a handoff. Trying to get there and does. That's a big-time run forward and a spin to boot. They'll get that needed yardage and more as Jay-Z Bacon gives them the first down.
Yeah, Jay-Z Bacon just made some moves here in the middle of the field, but also just great blocking scheme and a great play call to just get him out in space, past that line to gain marker, and he just did the rest and wasn't brought down until about 10 yards downfield.
It is going to be Charlie Baker behind Marcus Dunhill. Marcus Dunhill's been here before, has an SFL championship in his repertoire with Atlanta. This will be a handoff and a big tackle just past the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as Charlie Baker hits the turf.
Yeah, John DeSantis, just with a full head of steam, knocked Jay-Z Bacon completely on his keister, setting up a 2nd and long.
He had a bingo card with the word keister.
You're welcome.
During this game, then you win. 2nd and 9. I formation, 2 to the left. Dunhill backs it up, looks to throw, throws short, and that's going to be incomplete. That was a dangerous throw and nearly found the defense, but that is not going to work for DC on this, says John DeSantis again. He's making his presence felt.
Yeah, Dunhill only took 1 sack last week, but he nearly had another one there. I think the pressure got to him. Just kind of short-armed that one, a little bit behind the receiver, so sets up a big, crucial 3rd down once again for the Toros.
They're on the precipice of punting this ball away. 3-2 look for the Dragons. They send some extra help. Dunhill in trouble, throws left side. That one's caught. Well-placed football, 1st and 10, and that is right where it needs to be. So only his wide receiver, E.J. Minson, has a shot at it.
Yeah, Minson was kind of the number 2 target all year for Marcus Dunhill. Just a really reliable pass catcher, and you can see why. He just found a way to get open. Dunhill always seems to place the ball really well for E.J. Minson. I don't know why. It just always seems like it falls right into his arms, and he got the big 1st down there.
Fair bit of chemistry between those two.
For sure.
Offset I formation. Dunhill will throw for a 2nd time in a row. Throws, and that's caught. Well anticipated from E.J. Minson as that one finds him again. 1st down and more as they're well within DC territory.
Yeah, Minson had to scoop down low to get this one, actually, but it was still a great effort for him to get open past the defender there. That was Josh Vasquez, who kind of chipped him there, but he got behind him and made the grab.
1st and 10, 4:22 left in a quick-moving 1st quarter from our nation's capital. SFL quarterfinals, trying to narrow it down to 5 teams left. This will be a throw from Dunhill. That one's caught again for E.J. Minson, and he has 2nd and inches, 3 catches on 3 throws in a row to Minson.
Yeah, Minson is just looking great here. He had 5 catches last week, and he's got 3 already here in the 1st quarter.
Here we go. Dunhill has found his safety net in the form of E.J. Minson's 2nd and inches. And QB sneak for Dunhill. He has enough for the 1st down. He'll get taken down there. Gets hit hard, but he's up and moving. 1st and 10.
Smart play. I love that play call. Just 2nd and short. Go ahead and get the 1st down. Let this kind of keep ruminating. Come up with a great play call on 1st and 10 at about the red zone. I really like that play call.
From the 21-yard line. 4-3 look on defense. They'll move Garrett Jr. off to the side. He'll run a route. This will be a handoff through the middle. There's a flag on the play. See what laundry is for. Okay, they're going to say a block in the back here on Fort Worth.
It's one of the fastest flags for blocking the back I think I've ever seen.
Let's see where they saw it. Looks like we're not going to get a replay on this, unfortunately, but that was definitely a costly flag. Make it 1st and 26. I expect they'll probably run this, see where they can get. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. It will be a run. Left side, Charlie Baker has some room to go, tries to spin at the 30, and he will get himself 10 yards. That makes it a more somewhat manageable 2nd and 18. They can try to slim it down even further.
Yeah, it was a good job to at least get some of those yards back, but 2nd and 18 is still a tall order here, and they've got a bunch formation on the near side.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Dunhill trying to find points. They send some extra help. That was a linebacker blitz. Throws left side, and it's incomplete. That was nearly in the hands of the defense as it ended up getting the turf after all of that. 3rd and 18.
A little too much air under that one and just not in the vicinity where really anybody could have grabbed that except for a DC Dragon, and Dunhill's lucky that bounced to the ground.
DeSantis was the one at the very end who had a shot at it. 3rd and 18, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Dunhill backs up, looks to throw, trying to keep this drive alive. He's got to take off and run and gets speared at the 34-yard line. What a hit on defense by Tyler Highfield. 4th and 21, might be a chance for a field goal, but it'll be a long one.
I mean, Dunhill was trying to make something out of nothing, and Highfield just, with a full head of steam, knocks Marcus Dunhill down. Marcus Dunhill lucky to hold on to that ball and at least give the Toros a shot at a field goal. Oh, No,
Nope,
they're
they're
going to
gonna
punt
punt
this
this.
one. Wow.
They are content to pin the Dragons as deep as they can. This will be a punt going left toward the sideline. Fair catch called for and bobbled and taken at the 18-yard line. No interference as he did touch it, and it didn't secure it right away, and the ball will be at the 18.
A good call there, partner. That is why fair catch interference is not called. You just bobble it, but wow, that was was a hold your breath moment for DC fans. But it
Yikes.
turned out okay.
Yeah, it did. That was a scary moment as they remain up 3 with the offense on the field. Synergy's in trouble, throws quickly, and it's incomplete. Man, Synergy had pressure right in his face and had to get the ball away. JL Browning right there to try to take him down.
It's one of those instances if the play call, has the quarterback rolling out. That's often a way to kind of get out of a pass rush lane. Instead, that was JL Browning coming untouched, almost destroying him, and Shabazz Energy had to let it go.
See how often they bring that linebacker blitz now that they know they can get pressure that way.
Right.
2nd and 10. Synergy's under center with 1:55 to go in this first quarter. Synergy backs up, throws over the middle. That one's caught. You almost saw that route developing. That was real good work for not EJ Minton. That was for Mason Kirby.
Yeah, to your point, we were talking just then about how they might send some more pressure, and they did, but DC picked it up this time and got the ball out to Mason Kirby. Had that great return to open the game and a great catch there for the first down.
1st and 10. Synergy is in a spot now with split backs. See where they go with this. 2 to the left. Looks to throw it. Time, throws right side, and that was tipped and incomplete. Looking for Lauren Percoco. Nothing doing on that side. The defense had their hands all over it. Adam Leach.
Yeah, Adam Leach almost had that one right in his hands. That was a very close call for Shabazz Energy.
3-0 lead for DC. By no means out of it is Fort Worth. Split back 2nd and 10. They'll move Da Vinci left to right across the formation. It's like Fort Worth trying to play some man-to-man, and it looks like they're pressing up on the receivers. Handoff through the middle. That is a well-designed handoff, but couldn't really get enough. And it'll be 3rd and 9. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sidelines and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It is never too late to get involved. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, big 3rd down. Synergy throws, tipped and incomplete again. 4th down as that one hit a defender on the way through, and that is going to be a 3 and out essentially as Ben Stone makes the play.
Yeah, Ben Stone with the tip, and yeah, a few overthrown balls by both quarterbacks in this game. So maybe a little bit of nerves. It's it's the quarterfinals. It's a big game.
Yeah,
just a couple of overthrows here.
Yeah, and Synergy to his credit and detriment did not play in the wild card round.
Correct.
So he's had the rest, but maybe a little bit of rest or rust. I think is really the question there. As Cade Stevens brings in that punt, and Fort Worth will start at the 24. Good stuff from DC so far in this game, and Fort Worth really, but the city of DC has welcomed their Dragons with open arms. 10-2 record versus 8-4 for Fort Worth, and Fort Worth has the football now from the 24-yard line. Handoff right side. That is going to be Jay-Z Bacon who gets a couple of yards, make it 2nd and 8. Not a lot to it, and DC makes the play defensively.
Declan DeRourke was there to knock him back with that hit. Jay-Z Bacon's been breaking a couple tackles, but not really broken a big one yet.
Not yet, but he's definitely capable. 2nd and 8. Handoff. Charlie Baker gets forward, gets a couple, make it a 3rd and 5. And Charlie Baker takes a minute to get up to the contented side of Fort Worth sideline. He is up and moving.
Yeah, they're hitting hard in this one. We've seen a couple big hits, and It's playoff football. You
This.
gotta be prepared for that and keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah, things are definitely hard hitting for sure. Dunhill in trouble, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. That was right in the breadbasket for Cade Stevens, and what a hit at the end result. John DeSantis knocks it free, 4th down, and Fort Worth will punt it away.
Yeah, DeSantis has had a couple of nice plays so far in this game, and really, they didn't need to rush that play. Dunhill could have let the clock run out. They didn't have to run a play. They kind of rushed it a little bit to try to get something going before the end of the first quarter. I think that might have been a mistake. Just kind of let it go. Now they got a punt.
It was up and gone. Punt return starting from the 29-yard line for that's a Mason Kirby punt return,
Kirby
and he's
again.
down the sideline. He is gone. Mason Kirby gets DC up 2 scores. A punt return touchdown from his own 29-yard line.
What a phenomenal start to the game by Mason Kirby, a receiver who was impressive in the regular season, but did not, really flash that much. He only had 26 catches. Like you said, he was a returner in his past, not much of one this past season, but what a start to the game. An undoubted MVP of this game so far is Mason Kirby.
Yeah, what a run back as well. The little hesitation in the middle of the pack to basically make people think he was going right and to juke left and have the sideline. He basically juked the Fort Worth special teams coverage into the middle of the field. Very good work from Kirby, and give DC what could be a 10-point lead. Pate is going to put this ball in the air, try to add on the extra tally. What a way to end the first quarter. Snap is good, hold good, kick up and on the way. It is up and it is through. And how about this first quarter of play for DC? It hasn't been flashy, but the punt return really gives them life. It's 10-0 Dragons at the end of 1. This is the SFL quarterfinals presented by APM Music. Back in our nation's capital as we have aerial coverage of today's game, brought to you by Dags DroneWorks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. Just a few miles away from the Capitol building in DC, as this is going to be a no return as it's down in the end zone. 10-0 advantage for the Dragons. 1st and 10 at their own at the Fort Worth 20 is where the Toros will start this next drive.
Yeah, it's kind of oops all special teams for DC so far, and they ought to feel pretty good that they've got this 10-0 cushion, and their offense has really not done a whole lot. So, Fort Worth has got to get something together here on this drive, I think, to kind of get some momentum back.
Somewhere Cliff Allen is losing his mind. Yeah, special teams. 1st and 10. Left side, handoff, nothing doing. Bacon is taken down immediately by Declan O'Rourke, and it is 2nd and a lot.
We have a special team, special plays, special players in the chat. What's up, brother? DC Dragons playing very, very well on that side of the field so far.
Mm-hmm. They'll need to get some things together on offense, but their defense is looking pretty good as well. Dunhill on 2nd down, throws that one's a big incompletion. Another big hit by DeSantis. He has been excellent at timing the football, arriving right on point, knocks it free again, 3rd down.
It's the 3rd or 4th time we've called his name. I mean, he's just knocking balls out of receivers' hands. He's making tips. He's just really in motion. A disruptive player, a frustrating player if you're a Fort Worth Toro.
So if you're Dunhill, you either throw away from him or you put routes in there that are not going to go as long as he is. This is going to be Dunhill again. He's going to be out of the pocket, has to take off. He'll have the 1st down and more, out to 35 to 40. He is down at the 37-yard line. Marcus Dunhill with a great run on 3rd down, and he will move the chains himself.
I mean, he could do that. He's been doing that his entire career, 10 seasons in. He can still take off on you, and he's just so smart. He knows when to tuck it and run. Sometimes gets himself in trouble when he thinks he could do more than he can. Mm-hmm. But that was a huge pickup for Fort Worth.
1st and 10 for the Toros. That's a clutch play from Dunhill to keep this drive alive. Last thing they needed at that point was a 3-and-out. Move E.J. Minson from right to left across the formation. He'll go out wide. Hand off again. Nothing doing. Charlie Baker can't do anything with that. O'Rourke again with a tackle as he's been all over the place. Actually, that was Jay-Z Bacon on it. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, O'Rourke has had a couple of really nice tackles so far in this game. Just a wrap-up tackler, old school linebacker who doesn't like to miss tackles. So he usually wraps them up tight.
8.5 minutes left in this first half. 2nd and 11. Dunhill ready to go. Throws short. That one's caught. Is now going to have to reestablish and gets the yardage back. Stephen Hacker's first catch of the game, and he made it more difficult than it looked. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was one of the most difficult 5-yard gains I think I've seen. Just breaking tackles, running the other way, cutting back upfield against really one of the top-ranked defenses all year this past season in DC Dragons.
Looks like DC may send some extra help. They will not. They'll send 4. Dunhill in trouble. Throws it. It's caught. This one DeSantis can't get to in time. And that is Cade Stevens' catch. 1st and 10 in DC territory.
Yeah, and I like the way Cade Stevens had to kind of come back to the ball, turn around a little bit, was thrown a little bit behind him, but it doesn't matter. He knew he was going to get smacked as well. And that might have been DeSantis that actually had the hit on him. I couldn't tell from that angle, but
that 100% was.
He knows he's going to get hit by one of the hardest hitters on this field, so came down with it.
Good job protecting the football if you were Cade Stevens. This will be a handoff through the middle. Not a lot happening there. A 4-yard gain as Bacon on the 3rd carry of this drive at least gets back to even.
This has been a good drive for Fort Worth. They needed it. They really needed it after going down 10 without DC scoring an offensive touchdown.
You got to control the clock if they can do it. Moves Minson, bottom of your screen. Dunhill looks to throw it, backs up, gets flushed out of the pocket. Now throws right side. That one's caught just to the right of the hash marks. And Robert Garrett Jr., the Cowboy, yeehaw, at the 1st down.
Cowboy Robert Garrett Jr. was shut out of last week's game, did not have a single catch, but what a great target he is for Marcus Dunhill. Just one of his favorite targets all season long, and came up with a huge 1st down there.
Long-time Toro. He has been with this team for a while now. 1st and 10 for Fort Worth. Backs it up. Another handoff and a big hit behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing that Jay-Z Bacon can do in that spot. They'll generously only say he lost a yard. What a hit from the defense.
Nick Fargo putting Jay-Z Bacon in the wood chipper on that one. That was tough. What a hit that was.
He's cooking the bacon. Charlie Baker. He is the one in the backfield on this 2nd down play. 6 and 21 left. Baker handoff through the middle is going to make this a little bit shorter of a 3rd down, but it's not great. 6:14 to go. Clock continues to move. 3rd and 8.
It's been a methodical drive, a lot of balance, a lot of star players finally getting involved here for the Toros. They needed that as well.
Dunhill backs it up again. He's in trouble as he's taken down from behind. Blindside sack gets him onto the ground. John Gary, the defensive end.
John Gary with a blindside hit on Marcus Dunhill. I don't think Marcus Dunhill had any idea that was coming. And lucky again to hold on to the ball. And again, the Toros are forced to punt on DC's side of the field. What a frustrating drive that ended up being.
Yeah, it was definitely not looking like it was going to be as frustrating as it was. They're going to punt this away and try to pin the Dragons again deep. This one goes right side. Looks like they'll have some better luck as this one will go out at about the 15-yard line. Might mark it at the 14. 1st and 10 for the Dragons from their own, they said their own 13-yard line is where that went out. So here we go. DC has a chance to make this a 3-score game.
Yeah, they do. They'll have a long field to do it. And Fort Worth's defense has been, they've shown up today. So it's definitely been a tough sled for DC.
Synergy backs it up, throws right side. There's plenty of room there. Nice low throw, handled very well by guess who? Mason Kirby one more time.
Mason Kirby, my goodness. And you could see how soft that coverage was. I'm surprised the coverage was that soft, given the fact that they're pinned so deep. But it was indeed. And Yeah, just not, just way too much room for Aiden Davis to leave to Mason Kirby.
1st and 10. There's the story right now. Fort Worth has the yardage advantage, but the biggest thing is DC has the score advantage, and that's thanks to a field goal and then a punt return of 61 yards from Mason Kirby. Or 71 yards, sorry. Math is difficult. 1st and 10. That is a handoff right side. Nothing doing. Kevin Say taken down after only a 2-yard gain. Delaney Nash has been a pretty good stalwart in the Fort Worth defense for a long time. He's got a tackle there.
Yeah, that was a big hit, and one of the leading tacklers for this team this past season and last week. He got into the mix.
It's going to be through the middle, and it's 3rd and 4. As that one is Harrison's first carry of the ball game.
Yeah, Harrison's an interesting change of pace from Kevin Say. Did not get a whole lot of attention this past season. Only averaged 2.6 yards a carry, but still good to have like depth in the backfield.
3rd and 4 coming. And the pressure coming. It's a fumble. The ball not moving forward. It's taken up by an offensive lineman, and he holds on. It'll be 4th down, but what a play. Wow. Percoco grabs it, holds onto it, and DC will punt this away. What a hit.
Yeah, it was a huge hit. Heads-up play by Michael Percoco to jump on that to avoid a full-on disaster. It's only a half disaster for DC. You've got to punt it away.
That could have been a lot worse than what it ended up being. This will be a punt return from the 31. Broken tackle. And to the 37-yard line goes Cade Stevens. Couldn't quite break it free. Have you ever wanted to be a play-by-play or analyst broadcaster? We're looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for the next minor league season kicking off next month. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. You have not fully immersed yourself in the SFL until you've been able to call a game like this, no doubt. This will be Jay-Z Bacon's run through the middle. 2nd and 3 is where that goes. John knows. I ended up trying him out in the audition tape to get to where he's at now, and he's obviously been a big contributor to the SFL.
Trial by fire, but it's been fun. And you definitely get to know the league in a whole different way.
Michael Percoco in the chat saying, trash plays I excel at. Talking about that fumble recovery. This will be a 1-yard gain forward. 3rd and 2 as the linebacker comes up to make the hit. And now Fort Worth in a bit of a pickle here. This becomes a 3rd and 2 that they really need just about midfield.
Yeah, those trash plays are difference makers, though, right? I mean, that punt sent them back. Obviously, Fort Worth's field position, the best of the game, but DC's defense is just all-time right now.
This is going to be through the middle. The run is not going to go anywhere. It's a 1-yard loss, and that is Saeed Gore who comes up to make the hit. 4th and 3.
Saeed Gore looking like a rhino there, coming through the middle of the field and making the stop against Jay-Z Bacon. This is yet another punt for the Fort Worth Toros. They're getting a lot of good looks here, good drives, some good field position, and it's coming up nothing. So DC has been standing pat all game.
Yeah, it has not been easy sledding, not by any stretch. This will be returnable for guess who? Mason Kirby, but he's put to the ground. What a hit.
Goodness.
Wow, at the 22-yard line. He's seeing stars right now. 1st and 10 for DC.
Special teamer Corey Bird laying the lumber on the absolute best player in today's game so far, Mason Kirby. Kirby's going to remember that. I think that was Fort Worth's way of saying, hey, you're not going to do this to us again. So that might have been a shake-up play for Fort Worth to try to get their team back in.
It's a crazy good hit. Maybe they can carry some momentum. Synergy rolls out of the pocket, throws over the middle, and another big hit, this time on Lauren Percoco, who could not bring that ball in. The safety comes up and makes a wonderful play to time that football.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, this defense just watched that hit on special teams and said,
yeah,
we're coming. Ben Stone with a huge hit to knock the ball loose from Lauren Percoco. That is not easy to do.
Good defense. Looks like a goal line look on defense from Fort Worth. They're going to try to send the house. That's over the middle, and it's caught. That is a weird defensive formation. Lauren Prococo takes advantage, gets the first down. And the and Toros were trying to be a little bit more aggressive to get pressure onto Shabazz Energy.
Yeah, Prococo just makes a pay. I mean, she's so tough in the middle. The leading receiver on this team this past season.
2-minute warning. 120 seconds left to halftime. It's a 10-0 lead for DC. $7:08 left in this. I'm sorry, 7:08, not 7:08. It's 7:08 Eastern time. Apologies. This will be at the 35-yard line for DC. It's like another heavy set look. See where DC goes with this. And it'll be a handoff through the right side. Nothing doing there. That's a big-time hit on Kevin Say, and another one that is going to be a 2-yard loss. As DC having real tough sledding against the Fort Worth defense right now.
Yeah, Fort Worth does look extremely good so far. Delaney Nash had 8 tackles for loss during the regular season. Adds another one to the playoffs right now.
2nd and 12. We're going to move Da Vinci to the right side. Bunch right now. 3 to the right for Synergy. Da Vinci does not have a catch in this game yet. This will be a throw right side. Good little misdirection. Is going to have DC moving forward. Josh Gill's first catch as well. It's third and 3.
Yeah, it was a nifty little call. It was a quick release for Synergy out to Josh Gill, who just had the catch in stride. It was a nice little 7-yard gain there.
5 for 10 is Synergy so far in this contest. 3rd and 3. Pitch play, left side. That's a good pitch for Chuck Steller. He's got a first down and more. Gets taken down at midfield, and it'll be a timeout for the Dragons.
Yeah, for pure offensive production stuff, Chuck Steller has really been the standout today for DC. Just a couple of really nice runs, broken tackles, stiff arms to get first downs. He's been a really, really bright spot for what has been a very defensive-oriented game.
Here we go. DC in the I formation. Synergy looks to throw it. Throws short. That one is handled. 6-yard completion. And another timeout for DC.
And another catch for Lauren Prococo, who's been the premier target for Synergy today. And you can see why. Just big body, talented receiver, strong hands.
3 receptions, 34 yards for Prococo. 6 targets, which leads DC as well. Actually leads all receivers on both rosters. Synergy throws short, and it's a little bit overthrown. Slant a little bit too quick. And it's 3rd and 4 coming up. DC with a minute left to work, 53 seconds to be exact. 1 timeout left. Still a little bit of time on the clock.
Yeah, I think that was intended for James Walters, who did not have a single catch. The alternate tight end across from Lauren Prococo, so he did not come down with his first catch of the year.
In the gun is Synergy. First time we've seen shotgun tonight. This will be a play action. Pressure coming, and he's taken down. Another big-time hit, this time by Fort Worth for a sack, and it's 4th and 11.
Fort Worth sack leader Jerry DeGon saying no thank you to that 3rd and long play, getting a huge sack there. After that draw, Shabazz Synergy's got to be ready to get rid of that ball and just held on to it a little bit too long. So huge play for the Toros.
Nothing really developing downfield for him. That's a credit to the coverage inside and over the middle of the field where he likes to go. So they'll bring the time down to about 10 seconds before they snap this football, I do believe. Maybe not quite 10, but it'll be 10 or less when this is completed. It'll bounce at the 10 and then into the end zone, a straight through punt. When with 5 seconds left, that is where the Toros will start this drive. Remember that the Dragons started this game on offense, so they will kick it off at the start of the second half in what is going to likely end a 10-0 first half.
Yeah, and it's just been a struggle, really, for both teams on both sides, on both offenses. Just not being able to do a lot against these defenses who really came to play today.
Looks like Dunhill will get into Hail Mary formation. Start sending everybody. Pressure coming. Not going to get there in time. A long ball thrown, and it's caught.
Whoa.
Just for stat pad reasons. That is going to be Cade Stevens who brings it in, but the clock has struck zeros, and that'll be that. for the first 2 quarters of play. Dunhill, 96 yards, 30 of them on that play right there.
Good catch.
And that is going to end the first half. So it's a 10-0 DC lead, but Fort Worth gets the ball back at the start of the second half as we refresh things a bit. Let's talk about the way this game has gone. John, it's been a defensive game and a little bit of special teams to boot.
Well, we knew DC Dragons, their defense has been, all-timer this past year. Just really good against the pass, pretty good against the run, but just really, really great at stopping drives short. The thing that they've done most importantly is they've locked down when it mattered most. When Fort Worth had momentum on DC's side of the field, they shut things down. They created tackles for loss, sacks, things like that to take them out of field goal range, force punts. Marcus Dunhill really not been able to get loose, get his receivers into space. On the flip side, Mason Kirby, special teamer, just an outstanding game. I mean, I don't know who else could you give the game ball to right now except for Mason Kirby. Yeah, he had those couple catches, but that 71-yard punt return for a touchdown has been the difference maker. So really interesting second half coming up.
Yeah, exactly. We have 20 more minutes of SFL game left, as this is going to be Fort Worth starting the second half with the football. 7 for 11 is Marcus Dunhill for the 96 yards, and then Shabazz Synergy is 6 for 12 with 74 yards. As we get the second half going in underway, it'll be a return. Nope, no return. This is down in the end zone. And so here we go. Fort Worth back out on to the field. Want to see them start to get their big receivers involved. Marcus Dunhill has not really targeted much. Stephen Hacker or Cade Stevens, 2 targets and 3 targets respectively, but just not a lot going on through the air. And we will see if they can get that going as you take a look at your team stats down on the bottom right. Dunhill ready to throw it. Pressure coming. Throws right side. That one's caught. Nothing that the defense can do about that. And as we say that, Stephen Hacker comes up and makes a first catch on his first target.
Right on cue. They heard you. I mean, it's a great game plan to get Stephen Hacker involved. And, you mentioned Cade Stevens and Hacker as well, but EJ Minson, outside of that 3 play in a row streak, has also been pretty quiet. So, yeah, I think getting all these receivers more involved is the way to go here.
He has targets to everybody on the roster, more than 1 each, except for Lely Nakai and James Jennings. Neither of which have any targets, as Dunhill is 7 for his last 10 on passes. I formation. Nickel look on defense. Dunhill in trouble again. Throws right side. Another one. Just about the same play. Little post route on the right side. It is EJ Minson, who you just called out. And it looks like the broadcasters in the booth are prophets here, 1st and 10.
All right, what can I say next? I think Lily Nakai is going to catch a 51-yard bomb for a touchdown on this one. See
I think your odds are probably like plus 600 on that.
Yeah.
I have to check with Jack's dad on it, but we'll see.
Listen, no one Jonte Porter this and put money on that. Don't do that.
Oof. Dunhill throws, intercepted, back the other way. DC turns him over. There is a flag down. We'll see what this is.
Face mask on the tackle, I think.
Yes, it is indeed. It's a personal foul variety. No incidental on it. And that is a 15-yarder to get the ball all the way down to the 31-yard line.
That is a quick change here for the hometown Dragons. Just right when Dunhill got some momentum getting those receivers involved. Wow, there is Josh Vasquez with the pick and the, we'll call it a return. 15 yards tacked onto the end of it counts, right?
He just earned the return in a different way.
Sure.
There it is. So now Fort Worth in a tough spot at their own 31-yard line. DC is in field goal range at this point. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. This will be a Kevin Say run through the middle, and he will get 2 to get it down inside the 29.
I mean, with this defense playing the way it is, Shabazz Synergy, in my view, can kind of sit back a little bit, let this backfield try to get first downs, run some clock down, maybe make this a full-on special teams game. Who knows?
The way it's looking. Every point has been scored on special teams. This will be a run for the backup Harrison. Or I'm sorry, that's Stellar who got that. Delaney Nash comes up and makes the hit. 3rd and 5 as they give it to the fullback.
Yeah, if I'm the Toros, I'm bringing the house on this. Try to drive them back a little bit to maybe knock them out of field goal range and create a momentum swing. But looks like they're going to play it a little bit safe.
Let's see if they can send some extra help, though. Nope, they send 4. Trying to get home. And they roll him out of the pocket. That's going to be a run for Synergy, and he gets taken down. No slide there at the 12, but he has the first down and more. It's another new set of downs for DC.
And I'm telling you, I mean, Fort Worth has got to be a little bit more aggressive. I think they played that way too conservatively. They gave Shabazz all that time. Man coverage meant that there was a lot of space in the middle of the field where there was just nobody running. And so Shabazz was able to run out left and get the huge first down.
7:40 left, 1st and 10 for DC. Looking to throw this. Synergy throws, end zone, it's incomplete. Believe that hit a defender on the way through, as that was close, but no cigar, as it will be a Tobias Gordon deflection.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks may not understand it who don't watch a lot of football. It's so hard to score right here because your playbook is really like fairly limited in what you can really do. And so you start to see these congestion plays because there's just not a lot of room to do stuff.
This will be a handoff through the middle. Nothing happened much there, as that it's a 1-yard gain. Another tackle on the end of that for E.K. Vincent, who had a lot of tackles last week. Not so much this week so far.
It's been a little bit quiet. Fort Worth has got to stand up here and prevent the first down, prevent a touchdown, hopefully hold DC to a field goal attempt.
Here we go. Synergy backs it up. Throws back in the end zone. Whoa. Incomplete based on out of bounds. Couldn't get both feet in. What a grab that was, though, to even make that close. Was disgusting for Josh Gill.
Yeah, Josh Gill, just too much momentum out the back of that end zone, just full speed. Synergy really put it right on him, but Gill unable to stop his own momentum to get his second foot down.
So 4th and 9, a chance for a field goal coming up here, and at least credit to Fort Worth for holding them to 3 after the turnover put them in a bit of a bad way. Ponte looking to go 2 for 2, had a 36-yarder earlier. Left hash on this. Snap is handled well. Kick is up and on the way, and it is through to add 3 points. 7 plays, 21 yards for DC on this drive, and it is a 13-0 advantage.
Yeah, but DC, I mean, it's such a momentum killer, right? I mean, Fort Worth had to come out, try to get some momentum going, try to put some points on the board. Instead, they give 3 points up to DC. It's essentially a negative 3-point drive for the Fort Worth Toros with the turnover, and that's just not the way you want to start the half.
Here comes a kickoff that is not going to be returned. There's not been any returns out of the end zone so far for Fort Worth. The SFL Minor League begins play Friday, May 10th in the first of 12 regular season games, culminating in a December championship. All 8 teams are back with some familiar faces, rookies hitting the field for the first time, and plenty of intrigue as many prep for the pros. It all starts on Friday, May 10th on SFL YouTube. 1st and 10 for Fort Worth as they get things going on this drive.
Wow.
First one of the second half, and they lose 2 yards. Jay-Z Bacon is spun out of his shoes. It's 2nd and 12.
I think that was Jose Fuentes on the tackle there. That was just a lot of effort and congestion there in the middle of the field. J.C. Bacon just having no room to maneuver.
2 to the right, 2 in the backfield. Nickel look on defense for DC. Looking to throw this. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. Dunhill finds a seam between 2 defenders. No, it's incomplete. I thought he caught that.
I thought he did too.
That is going to hit the turf instead. 3rd and 12, and Fort Worth up against it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought Hacker had kind of pinned it between his shoulder pad and his arm, but instead it falls loose and unable to bring it in. So 3rd and long here for Fort Worth. It's getting late early here for the Toros.
They got to get it to the 30-yard line for a first down. which is a bit of an ask. They go into a quads look, looking to throw this. Thrown right side, incomplete. Little bit of little placement on the throw as they were looking to try to get it downfield, get the first down for Lily Nakai on her first target. It's 4th and 12.
Yeah, the raw talent of Lily Nakai is something that you want to always be aware of. She's a really promising receiver, but that just looked off coming out of Marcus Dunhill's hands to me.
Nothing there. Hang time is up as this punt is taken past midfield to the 44-yard line. Returned from there to the midfield stripe from Mason Kirby, who has had his share of punt return yards today. And here comes DC with now a chance to make it a 3-point game, or three possession game.
Can I just say that was maybe only a 5-yard return, but that was still really impressive to me for Mason Kirby to kind of shimmy out of the way of that first tackler and kind of carry him about 5 yards to get the ball to midfield. So just a great continued game for him.
Watch Kirby going to the top of your screen. Nobody on him, not within 10 yards anyway. It'll be a handoff on the draw play. Good run forward for Kevin Say. It'll be a 6-yard gain for him. And 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this is Kevin Say time. Burn some more clock, get a couple first downs here. Don't try to force anything silly and create a turnover that Fort Worth could capitalize on. Just try to keep it safe here, I think is the name of the game.
Just under 6 minutes left in this third quarter of play. Heavy set look. This looks like it should be a run. Percoco is going to move to the left side of the formation. See if they run a misdirection off of that. They will. It'll be a Chuck Stellar pitch play. He's got a first down and a stiff arm to boot. He has used that stiff arm with maximum efficiency so far in this game. He gets the first down.
Well, it's such smart play calling, too. They know Chuck Stellar's an incredible stiff arm artist, so pitch it out wide. You have to get those Fort Worth Toros kind of coming at you from the sides to stop him. It's a really smart combination, and Stellar's making him pay.
This will be a handoff again for Say. He'll get a yard. No further than that to the 41-yard line. And here come the Dragons. They are content to just kill this clock as much as possible.
Yeah.
And, there's no reason for them to hurry at this point.
No, there's not.
I formation, move the fullback to the right. Handoff again. Has a little bit of room to go. Gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Another 3rd down coming up as Aiden Davis makes the tackle. And a key 3rd down here is they're outside of field goal range. Fort Worth can put a stop to this drive right here.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a better linebacker tandem in the league than E.K. Vincent and Sonny Sky. I love watching them work together.
This will be a throw. Synergy puts it over the middle. It's caught, but short. Nothing doing as the 3rd down conversion attempt is not going to work. 2 for 8 is DC now with 4th and 4, and they'll punt it away.
Wow. So that's a big stop for the Toros to keep Leary Da Vinci from getting a first down there. They're going to have to punt it away.
And that will be a punt for Rob Van Cleef as he's going to put this inside the 20. And here come the Toros starting things out. They start at the 11-yard line. All right, now is kind of crunch time for the Toros, John. They are in a spot where they really need to start working on getting something on the board for them. Maybe a field goal or something.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, they're not in a bad spot because they're only down 13, right? I mean, it's not like a Canton game where they're down 40 points or something. There's a chance for them to get, make it a one-possession game pretty quick here, but don't force anything.
Here's a chance for Dunhill. Right side and another big-time hit. We haven't called that out in a little bit, as that was the safety coming up to the corner. Peanut Say doing his best John DeSantis impression.
Yeah, Peanut Say, just a good tackler as far as corners go. Corners are normally not asked to do a ton of tackling, but that was a great effort to knock that ball loose. 2nd and 10.
Thrown right side. That one is caught and held onto, which seems to be one of the big things about this Fort Worth passing attack. Stephen Hacker brings it in.
Yeah, just a bit more soft coverage than we, I think, have really seen in this game. A little bit of a soft zone. Hacker was able to get behind it, knew it was a corner, a cover 2, knew the safety was up there, going to make the hit, but still held on to the ball.
Here we go. 1st and 10. Handoff, left side, has some room to go. He's going to try to use a stiff arm,
Nice
and
play.
he tumbled over the defender, does Charlie Baker. He gets a few yards, make it 2nd and 1 in an interesting spot.
Yeah, Charlie Baker's a nice change of pace back from Jay-Z Bacon and was able to kind of get a full head of steam there and get 9 yards on 1st down. So that was a pretty good play.
2nd and 1. Draw play, handoff. Jay-Z Bacon with a spin at the line of scrimmage, gets through and gets the 1st down. So he didn't get a lot of yards, but he got enough to move the chains.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important part. Just enough effort to get that 1st down. Only about 1.5 yards on the carry, but that was enough, and that's going to move the sticks.
1st and 10 for the Toros. Nickel look on defense for DC. Looks like they might send some extra help. They don't. This will be a run play through the left side. 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain. Baker again with the carry. The 2024 SFL convention is headed to South Shore Harbor Resort in League City, Texas, just south of Houston, July 12th through the 14th, featuring live games, flag football, a golf tournament, tailgate, pool party, and more. For all the convention details, visit simulationfl.net/news/convention to reserve your room, see the event schedule, and more. Throw short. That is Robert Garrett Jr. on the grab, and make it a 3rd and 1 for Fort Worth, who are methodically moving down the field.
That's just, amazing individual effort for Robert Garrett Jr. to kind of come back to that ball. Knows it's so important to not get a home run play necessarily. They just got to keep moving. Don't stop the momentum. And he was able to pull that ball in and make it a 3rd short.
And we've been able to create some momentum so far on this drive. 3rd and 1, need the 1st down. They got it. Big time run to the left away from the pursuing linebackers. That's a key run for Jay-Z Bacon and a nice adjustment. 1st and 10.
Yeah, you could see the Sharks kind of circling on that far side and Jay-Z Bacon just running for his life on the near side, able to get around the edge and get the 1st down.
So big time 1st and 10. Big time note down at the bottom of your screen. 3rd drive of 7+ plays. And they haven't been able to do anything with any of them. 2nd and 5 as Charlie Baker has a run. This is probably their best chance at getting some kind of points they've had in a little while. They're fairly deep into DC territory, but still not in field goal range at the very least. They're at the 41. 2nd and 5. Defensive line splits apart here. One out wide. That's Hacker. Handoff, trying to split him up. That's going to be a broken tackle. Still on his feet is Jay-Z Bacon, and he's taken down eventually at the line of scrimmage as Fuentes comes up to make the hit, and DC putting Fort Worth in a bit of a pickle here. 3rd and 3.
And it's kind of what TC's been doing all game. I mean, we just saw the stat, 7+ drives, 7+ plays on a few drives now. And it just kind of lulls them into a sense of, oh, yeah, you're doing good. And then they clamp down, and then it's over.
Here we go, 3rd and 3. Handoff. It's Baker, right side. He's not going to get there. Taken down. 4th and 2. It'll be a punt upcoming as Peanuts say makes the hit.
It's just like we were saying. I mean, they lull you into a sense that you're doing good, you're making some progress, you're moving down the field. And then bam, a couple plays in a row, they just stop you dead in your tracks. And now Fort Worth's got a punt for a 3rd or 4th time today.
Yeah, this is quite a lot of punts as the punt team nearly got there to block it. This will be returnable at the 15 and taken down hard. Another big hit. Mason Kirby has paid for that punt return touchdown in spades, as that's the end of the 3rd quarter. It's a 13-0 lead. We'll pause for station ID from our nation's capital. It's the SFL quarterfinals presented by Retro. The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your music or your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art tech, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. We start the fourth quarter in a 13-0 game. DC has the football and the lead as they'll use a pitch play for Kevin Say. He'll get himself 4 yards. And they'll say 5, actually, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
DC feels like they're in control of this game, and they are. But there is something precarious, again, about it's only a 2-score difference here. Only a 2-score game, and Fort Worth is certainly in this. They have been resilient before throughout the season, and if they can hold DC to nothing here, they've still got a shot.
Certainly feels like things are still in the balance.
For sure.
DC really hasn't put this one away by any stretch of the imagination. 3rd and 4 as they only gain a yard there. If you're just joining us, welcome into Dracarys Coliseum. Chris Curtis, John Warren in the broadcast booth, Ron Haynes, Zach Holdorf in the stats truck, and then Cameron Irvine, producer and commissioner, on the buttons as we have the quarterfinals in front of us. 1 quarter to go in a 13-0 game. And we thank you for spending a portion of your evening with us here at the SFL. One more game to go tonight, Canton and Baltimore. You're going to get it on to see who plays the winner of this game in 1 week's time. This will be a throw on the run, tipped and incomplete. That was nearly intercepted twice. Lauren Percoco, the intended target. DC, a quick 3 and out. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Fort Worth.
That's exactly what they ordered. You're right. And DC, really, they didn't need to do that. They didn't need to try to force that. It's 3rd and 4. They made a couple of easy first downs with Chuck Seller pitches. So I would have gone a different direction, but they got a punt and Fort Worth's got a chance.
They do. They do indeed. So plenty of time for 2 possessions to get back into this ball game. This will be a return with plenty of room at the 33-yard line. Broken tackle, 2nd tackle gets there, and it brings down Cade Stevens. They'll start this drive with good field position at the 39.
Marcus Dunhill's got to lock in here. Jay-Z Bacon is still an option. It's only a 2-score game. There's a lot of time left here in the 4th, but if I'm Dunhill, I'm saying, okay, Stephen Hacker, get open. EJ Minson, rule the middle of the field like you have in a few games. Robert Garrett Jr., he's obviously a safety blanket. There are a lot of options throughout the air. I know DC is great against the pass, but you got to take some shots here.
Yeah, Dunhill's in a bit of a tough spot here. You got to make something happen. He's an SFL champion before for a reason. He'll try to prove it here. This will be a run forward for Jay-Z Bacon. Gets 2 more yards. I think at some point here in the near future, they have to probably abandon the run.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting is that, sometimes you go to the run to try to tire out a defense and kind of get them lulled in and a little bit tired so you can get behind them with the pass. DC doesn't look tired. They've been on the field a lot this game, and they still look very fresh.
Throw over the middle. That one's caught. Not a lot to it, but a very generous spot. The spots have been very weird all game long.
Yeah.
Garrett Jr. brings that one in. That was probably 2 yards short at least of where that was probably should have been 3rd and 3, to be honest with you. And we'll see if DC gives that a challenge. Doesn't look like they will.
Doesn't look like it, yeah.
So the line judge is giving some help there. That's a first down on the QB sneak. Dunhill's done that twice tonight now. Both times have ended in a first down conversion on 3rd down.
Yeah, and it's just a great play call. He's just very good at getting those first downs in those short yardage situations. Moving the sticks just feels deflating for a defense, even if you're as good as DC.
1st and 10 for Fort Worth, just past midfield. We are getting late in this game. 2 yards forward for Bacon. Not much there for Strongbow.
Yeah, there wasn't much there at all, but I kind of like that they haven't totally abandoned the run. I keeps them honest a bit, but you're right. I mean, I think airing it out a little bit, 15, 20 yards downfield might be something to get DC out of rhythm.
2nd and 8. Dunhill is under center. He will hand it off one more time. This is going to create a 3rd down as Baker's taken down after 3 more yards. 3rd and 5. DC has another chance to get Fort Worth off the field.
And that would be tough. If Fort Worth cannot convert here, get a first down, keep the drive going, I think it's going to be tough for them Let's come back and win this one on the road.
How about that? 238 in offense for Fort Worth. No points. That's going to be a throw, and it's caught. 20, 15, 10, 5. It is E.J. Minson for the touchdown, and they're back in it.
They are back in it indeed. DC playing this a little too aggressively, trying to go for the pass to defense. Oh, he tried to go for the interception. He tried to jump the route, but EJ Minson got his hands in front of the receiver, made the catch, and up the sideline for a touchdown. Fort Worth still absolutely not dead yet. DC has not slayed the Toros.
No, they have not. Toros back in this football game. It's back to a one-score affair as they've quieted Dracarys Coliseum. This kick is up, and it is good from Amelia Rose. And here we go. 6 plays, 61 yards. Fort Worth finally has some points to show for their offensive efforts. Their offensive efforts that haven't been so bad. They're 6 for 12 on third down. They have 250-plus yards on total offense. They haven't been bad and finally have something to show for it.
Yeah. Daryl Bullock, he's got 15 interceptions in his career and tried to get another one there. Just a little too aggressive. And the door is a little bit open now. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that was nearly going to be problematic. Mason Kirby had a thought at the start of that to get free, but couldn't quite complete it. DC will start this drive.
I was about to say the door's open, but Kirby almost decided to slam it shut there.
Yep.
But
3 broken tackles.
Woo. Man, what a game he's had.
Yeah, no kidding. Every time he touches the ball, it feels like it could be a game-breaking moment. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. From their own 29-yard line. DC would do well to get some points. They don't need a touchdown. A field goal would do them just fine to keep it or get it back to a 2-possession ball game. Chuck Steller on the pitch play. Stiff arm and a big-time clothesline is going to bring him down one more time. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Adam Leach just lowering the shoulder in the middle of that stiff arm. We had an instant overtime classic in Minnesota last night, and this one's shaping up to also be a great finish here. This has been a great game.
Yep, 1st and 10. Throw is nearly intercepted. What a super athletic play from Adam Leach, who nearly brought that one back down and put this game in the seesaw.
Leach 2 plays in a row, bringing down Chuck Steller on that 1st and 10, and then breaking up that pass, almost coming down with the interception on the 2nd and 9. Unbelievable.
3rd and 9 for DC. Bunch right formation for Synergy. Looking to throw this. Gets it away. Thrown over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. And Fort Worth forces the 3 and out against the DC offense, who has not been able to get anything going other than a couple of field goals in this game. 4th and 9. Fort Worth has a chance.
I mean, don't look now, but DC, who has not lost a game since week 6 against the undefeated Classics, are now staring at Fort Worth going, uh-oh.
Yeah, they have the lead, but it is tentative at this point. So we return. Hacker gets it up to the 3-5-yard line, and that is where Marcus Dunhill will come out and try to orchestrate a drive to potentially give Fort Worth the lead with 6:01 to go.
Obviously, Canton is one of DC's losses in the regular season, but who's the other one, Chris?
Missed that.
The Fort Worth Toros.
Okay,
so
well, there you go.
Here we go. This is
regular season rematch.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Mm-hmm. DC to this point has really done what they can to put their handle on this football game until now. Now things are very much in doubt. Jay-Z Bacon, 2nd and 7.
And now Bacon in this run game is an option, right? I mean, you're not in total panic mode. There's more than half a quarter left. Your defense is playing out of their minds.
Mm-hmm.
And, Fort Worth's got a chance here.
I formation. It'll be a draw play through the middle. Charlie Baker has a 1st down and more to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, a new set for the Toros.
Okay, now DC's defense looks a little tired to me, which makes sense. I mean, they've been on the field a lot, and they've been having to run down these runners and folks in fly patterns, and obviously that huge touchdown for EJ Minson. Yeah, DC looks a little gassed here, and Fort Worth's taking advantage of it.
First and 10. Through the middle again. It is a handoff to Bacon, who gets...
Injury.
Nope, there is an injury on the field. I believe that was 4 yards there, but Declan O'Rourke is on the ground. That is a fairly large loss for the middle of the DC defense, as he has had quite an impact in this game so far.
Yeah, he's had a huge game and just really kind of the heart and soul of this DC Dragons defense, and that's a tough loss. Hopefully he'll be able to jump back into the game soon.
Here we go, 2nd and 6. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left in this fourth quarter of play. Got to get it to the 47 or 43 for a first down. Dunhill's in trouble. He evades the sack and gets it away, and it will fall incomplete. E.J. Minson the target, but Dunhill a little bit crafty getting out of that sack.
Yeah, I might go back and look at that play later. I thought Minson was maybe wrapped up a little bit before he was able to get a hand on that ball, but they didn't kept the flags in the pocket. But yeah, what a tough play for Marcus Dunhill to break that tackle and get the ball out.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Dunhill backs it up on 3rd down. He's hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. They'll say it was a forward-moving motion on the arm. 4th down, and question time for Marcus Dunhill and company. It looks like they have an opportunity here. Do they go for this? They will not. They will punt it away.
I think that's smart. I mean, their defense has been playing so well. I think it's a good call to punt this, try to pin them deep, and play the field position game late in the game.
All 3 timeouts still left for both sides, as this will get down. Good kick out to the 12-yard line, taken down at the 14 by the special teams coverage unit is Mason Kirby. Here comes the DC offense one more time. They can ill afford a quick 3 and out at this point. 4:55 to go. I think it's time to give the ball to Kevin Say and watch him chew some clock.
Yeah, agreed. I totally agree with you. Give it to Say, give it to Stellar, try to run this clock out and get out of here with a win.
From the 14-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff. There's Say, broken tackle, going to try to move his way forward and get 6 yards. That's a good run on first down. You saw the graphic underneath. DC less than 90 yards of total offense before that play since the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, whatever happens with this game, Fort Worth's defense really came to play today. They've got an outstanding unit that really showed up, kept Shabazz synergy and this team in check.
And it's going to be through the middle. Chuck Stellar has enough for a first down, but there is a flag down. Is this a face mask?
Yeah, I think he got pulled. I don't know if, it's incidental. So 5 yards, but still, he's going to pick up the first down.
Yep, that'll give him enough for the first to get it to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Dragons with 4:28 to go. Don't want to start using timeouts yet.
No, but that's a killer for Fort Worth. I mean, you're playing so well all game. Small mistakes create a first down. That's another, 2 run plays at least to run this clock out a bit more. It's just tough.
1st and 10, handoff. Gets taken down from behind, does Kevin Say. Linebacker comes up to make the hit from the front as well. 4 more yards, and the clock continues to tick away on Fort Worth's chances. Here we go. 2nd and 6. Heavy set look. This smells like a run again, as it should be. At this point in the ball game, Percoco moves left to right. See if they run a misdirection off of that motion. And they will. Good toss play. Left side. Wow. Another big stiff arm from Stellar, but he gets taken down at the line of scrimmage anyway. Another big defensive play, creating a 3rd and 6. The clock continues to tick, but now Fort Worth can get their defense off the field with a big stop here.
Yeah, they figured out the formula for Chuck Stellar. When he's trying to break that first tackle, make sure there's another hat on him, wrapping him up before he can get loose again.
Here we go. Synergy backs up. Big 3rd down. It's tipped and incomplete. Fort Worth has a shot at this. The clock stops. 4th down. Da Vinci was the target, and DC will punt it away.
Huge stop. It was not a perfectly placed ball for Lyric Da Vinci to grab, but he's still got to come down with that ball, especially 3rd and 6, game on the line. DC's going to have to punt this away. Marcus Dunhill's got a shot here.
They do indeed. Punt is a good one. Get it all the way down. What a punt that was. The 21-yard line. It's returned by Stevens up to the 30. So a net result of about 60 yards.
Yeah, you're right. That was a huge punt. I mean, just a booming punt that kind of undoes the field position game I think Fort Worth was hoping they would have.
So they have 3:20 to go, all 3 timeouts. They start this drive at their own 30-yard line. Fort Worth trying to orchestrate a drive that will give them the lead here in the late going. Offset eye, 2 to the left. Dunhill on first down. Every snap precious at this point in a one-score game. That is Minson, bottom of your screen in motion. Handoff through the middle. Jay-Z Bacon finds himself 5 yards. Clock continues to go. No timeout yet.
Yeah, no timeout. They don't need to panic. I mean, but what they're doing is telegraphing that this is the drive. They think this is the drive. They've got to get going. This is it for the Fort Worth Toros.
Less than 3 minutes to go. Dunhill will throw.
My!
Off. DC grabs it and takes it away. Oh, man, what a grab. It is Holmes, the linebacker, and DC takes the ball and possibly this game.
Earl Holmes is the substitution for Declan O'Rourke and making a massive imprint on this game in the most important moment. That is just up top to bottom. This defense is just like next man up. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It doesn't matter who's in the game. Same philosophy for everyone. That is a game breaker for DC and Fort Worth. What a deflating series that was.
No, they're not dead yet. First and 10 for DC. All 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning Fort Worth has. See what they can do. Pressure comes. Throws caught. Oh, what a catch. At the 27-yard line is where that one's brought in, and it's none other than Mason Kirby on the grab.
Unbelievable. Mason Kirby getting loose in the middle of the field just behind. It looked like maybe Josh Gill did a good job kind of blocking a couple of defenders on Mason Kirby's route, but nevertheless, huge game he's having. 47 yards, obviously, with the 75-yard punt return for that touchdown. Just incredible game for him.
Offset eye look. DC trying to put the finishing touches on a playoff win. Backs it up, looks to throw, throws and it's caught. Another one that will put them first and goal. DC knocking on the door to a playoff victory. Lyric Da Vinci brings it in.
I mean, DC fans might be asking, hey, where was this the rest of the game? These receivers in space. But Fort Worth is, they're trying to stop a score here. And so they're playing a little bit looser. They're trying to bend, not break. It makes a little bit sense that these things would be a little bit softer, but yeah, wow, Fort Worth running out of time here.
And there is the 2-minute warning. We'll start to see some timeouts from here. 120 seconds left to glory in DC, looking to button up a win in front of their home crowd. Winner of this game, if it's DC and it holds, they will take on the winner of the Canton-Baltimore game later tonight.
What a game that's going to be.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. Chuck Steller, handoff to him, and he will get nowhere. Second and goal, he loses a yard, and there's the first timeout from Fort Worth.
Yeah, if you haven't caught a Baltimore game or a Canton game so far this season, you got your chance later this evening. Canton's just been outstanding. I love it when division rivals face off in the playoffs. That's going to be a fun one.
Here comes DC from the 10-yard line. A touchdown will likely seal it. A field goal will also likely seal it, but it'll be a little more in question, and that's a big-time hit. 3rd and goal, but Fort Worth could really use a turnover. They take another timeout there. It's their second.
Yeah, pretty much any way you slice it, DC coming away with points here is going to make it tough. A 2-possession game. So, yeah, I mean, if DC can managed to not turn the ball over here, they should be in good shape, but huge down for this Fort Worth defense.
Need this in the gun. Fort Worth got to get the stop. And they got to get the stop right now. Looking to throw it. Throws. End zone. It's caught for the touchdown. DC is moving on. Lyric Da Vinci finishes off the drive, and the Dragons move to the semifinals.
Da Vinci's been struggling all game, but just painted his masterpiece in the end zone to come away with the touchdown and ostensibly the victory for the DC Dragons. What a huge play. The DC Dragons offense has looked a little anemic all game, but came through when it mattered most. They're going to move on here. Fort Worth, heartbreaker, but DC just had the juice today.
They had a win in their playoff run last season, DC, but it fell well short of their intended end in the SFL championship. They will have a chance to right that wrong as they go into the their second round. In the semifinals, they will be one of 4 teams remaining when all is said and done tonight. Kick is away. Anything but a kickoff return touchdown at this point, and that is not going to do it. With 1:48 to go and 2 possessions to get, is likely not going to happen for Fort Worth.
DC is not going to give them this kind of look, but you know what caused chaos for DC last drive for Fort Worth? It was Minson out in space on the corner, one-on-one with an aggressive corner. Maybe try to get one of those matchups. You can exploit it for a big gain. Who knows?
It's a 13-point game. Fort Worth needs to score basically away, and that's going to finish it. Intercepted over the middle of the field. And how about DC's defense? 2 interceptions on 2 straight throws to steal it.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus Dunhill is just a legend in this league, but 3 interceptions today has just undone he and the rest of this Toro squad. That is just a killer for this team. They were so dominant last year, weren't able to win in the playoffs. They had ups and downs this season. Looks like they're unable to make it past the second round. Just a disappointing season, but great team. And DC looks very hot. One of the hottest teams in the league, 7 straight regular season games. They've just looked outstanding this year.
Very, very good, as they had a chance. They haven't had much offensive success this game. They had the touchdown when it mattered, though, as they got Lyric Da Vinci in the end zone. That was Josh Vasquez in the interception, by the way, his second of the ball game. So he has been a playmaker on the defensive side, as well as his safety partner. That was the, I lose the name now, for DC. It was John DeSantis, who has knocked the ball free on several occasions for the Dragons. This will be a Chuck Stellar run to the right on the pitch. 3rd and 6. Fort Worth at this point has no timeouts to give, so the clock will continue to go. 3rd down with the clock ticking down. 1 first down will end this football game.
And DC, unfortunately for Fort Worth, already kind of in a field goal position here to at least make an attempt. So yeah, it doesn't really matter what happens as long as DC doesn't turn the ball over.
Got to get it to the 24-yard line. That'll seal things. Looks like they're probably going to run this football. 4 seconds on the play clock. 3. Make it 2. There you go. Handoff through the middle. Not going to get the first down. So they'll likely have to punt this away one more time, but they'll pin it. And they'll try the field goal probably.
Yeah, I think
at that point,
Patai is going to try to get this one and put 23 on the board for DC and seal this one and go into next week's game.
Man, this did not play like a 23-7 game.
No. Folks looking at the score only, not having seen the game, they're gonna have a very different impression of what this game really was.
Right hash for Patai. Patai from 46. He had a 36-yard and a 24-yard earlier. High snap. Handled well. Kick is up and on the way. It's got the angle, and it is good to make it the 23-7 ball game. 17 seconds left, so Fort Worth will have it one more time.
Yeah, beautiful kick for Pati, who did not miss this past year. 94% field goal kicker for the career. Just a really, really, really reliable kicker for DC, which is so important. As we saw last night in Minnesota, so important aspect of this entire game is having a great kicker that can kick in the clutch.
Here we go. This will be returnable for Stevens. He's going to have it at the, that's not even Stevens. It's going to be one of their other receivers, but either way, it doesn't matter. It's going to be to the 29-yard line. Lily Nakai on the return to the 29. 10 seconds left. It's enough for one, maybe two plays if they decide to try to stat pad a little bit. But DC ready to celebrate their playoff win.
And they remain white hot. I mean, this is a team that won 7 down the stretch, like we said. There are only 2 losses coming to 2 of the best teams in football, Fort Worth included. So now they can kind of get that monkey off their back and go into next week.
There you go.
We may assume it's Canton, but who knows? It could be Baltimore. Either way, I expect that to be a good game. And wow, what a game.
Yep, there you go. Your winners. And moving on to the semifinals, the DC Dragons take out and vanquish the Fort Worth Toros 23-7. And in a game, like you mentioned, like we mentioned earlier, it was not a game that played like 23-7. The defenses really ruled the day. Only one offensive touchdown on each side of the football. Mason Kirby's punt return touchdown was really the tone setter for this game.
Yeah, I mean, my game ball is going to go to Mason Kirby, who had that game-breaking punt return for the touchdown. He was outstanding. He was also outstanding receiving the ball. Really was the only factor in the DC Dragons offense until Lyric Da Vinci caught that touchdown pass. But it's got an asterisk because I got to say DC's defense was outstanding. Forcing 3 turnovers, even with Declan O'Rourke's replacement coming in, creating a turnover. So this is really a top to bottom defensive masterpiece for DC. And boy, I mean, this team is going to be really tough to beat whoever they face next week.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun no matter which way you slice it as we get things going for the later game tonight. Canton and Baltimore is on tap. That's your second game of our quarterfinal doubleheader this Sunday. It's the last game of the quarterfinals before we have 4 teams left for the SFL's 22nd championship. For John Warren, I'm Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from our nation's capital. We'll see you in just a little while from Canton.